Alright, Shalom. I'd like to start up saying Kal Halayim La Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Harakak Wadash, Ma'amath. Double honors to the other apostles, the great millstone of my elder here one as well. Salutations to the argument of pushing the truth and sincerity and truth. And peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Alright, I'm Khanak to Amba Yashala from the Lions of Yashala camp. And this is another Lions of News and Prophecy. And Lord willing is edified and serve the purpose for the hope of the elect and the ones that truly believe in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Alright, so now, this is on an article that one of the Akrim, I think it was Barak, put in a group chat. When the article reads, it says, a third of Russians back Putin nuking Ukraine, right? And that's gonna be the escalation to, you know what I'm saying, to, like really the ushering in of what's to come to America. When those 200 million missiles hit this place and turn it into a lake of fire, you know, that's what we're really waiting on to happen. And you know, we're a little over, like we're just like really halfway through the so-called year, and this is 2024. Apostle Dahar deemed to be the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. Um, because we know we'll be saved in the midst of that, and we all hasten in the day of the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai. Mainly because the atrocity that we see going on this earth, and mainly it's like it's a something the elder said at one time when we were teaching about what do we need salvation from, and he like expounded on one of the main reasons we need salvation is salvation from ourselves, right? Or we find ourselves uh, dealing with situations like sinning, like things like that, man. We don't like having to go to work on the side. There's just so many things that hinder us from our perfection that we seek to be. And the only way we'll be perfect is in faith. Like hope, faith that Yahweh Shai is gonna carry us the rest of the way. We fall short of the mark, and that's why it's critical that we stay focused on, you know, focus on the goal and stay occupied. You never want to really have too much downtime in this society. You always want to stay, that's why I say give diligence to make your calling and elect sure. And that's why what I think it was in Psalms and Proverbs that said, watch the ants, see how the ants work. They don't stop. Like that's why we ain't supposed to stop. Like, not meaning like we're reading the Bible every 5 seconds, but like our lifestyle, our life itself, and our actions in the life turns into a living testimony of what it means to be righteous. Even though we fall short of the mark of what is it? Ecclesiastes 7:20 says, there's not a just man upon earth that doing good and sinneth not." Because we're born in this bullshit. It's hell. It's hell for us because we're initially a Yasharala. The children of Israel are put on this earth to represent what righteousness is. But we have to conquer that ourselves, and we're conquering that through that conquering lion, Yahweh Shai. All right, so but within that, we get salvation, and salvation for what? These 200 million missiles that's going to hit this place, and that was an article I was reading earlier that said 200 Hezbollah sent 200 missiles or rockets, shot out 200 rockets at Israel. That's another lesson I'm gonna do after I do this one. But it's an introduction of what's to come, what Yahweh Bashim Shah is bringing to the table. And so what is he bringing to the table? This is Isaiah chapter 9. Verse 5, it says, "For every battle the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire." Right. But this type of war right here ain't gonna be no, yelling and screaming and It's like what the elder said the cows were. It's gonna be pressing buttons and shit is like being annihilated, disintegrated. You know, ain't none of that man to man, mano, face to face. Like let's may the better man win. You know, it's more so on let the better AI technology win. But what trumps all of that? You know what I'm saying? The spirit of Yahweh Shimon Shai. And he's coming to put it, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna ramp up the army of these nations, and they're gonna have some very, very, very high tech nuclear arsenal. And the Lord said he's gonna use that, you know what I'm saying, for humanity, you know what I'm saying, to destroy the system. Ultimately, they're gonna try to use some of that towards him too, and he wants them to. He wants them to. Cause he's coming in all his glory, like real talk. A third of Russians back. A third of Russians back Putin's nuking Ukraine. It says as a rising number of Russians are ready to approve of Vladimir Putin using nuclear weapons in Ukraine. Some 34%, just over 1 in 3 would definitely or likely support the use of the ultimate weapon in the conflict. All right, and this is going to be the end all tell all of this system. You know, they'll try to tell you that this is the end all tell all of humanity, but you know, Yahweh Shema Shai is going to preserve those who are his, and to preserve those, not necessarily preserve those that are supposed to go into slavery, but they, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be some service upon the earth, along with the kings that are set up to rule. You know, so he's not going to destroy everybody, but he's going to destroy a great number, and the majority that majority of that number is going to be over here in America. This is where the majority of the salvation is going to come from. All right, so this is 5% higher than 1 year ago, and the highest since Putin launched his illegal war against sovereign state of Ukraine. That's a whoever wrote this article. It's a fucking extremely wrong political bias that they have for them to make that statement. We're talking about illegal. It's illegal to do exactly what NATO was doing surrounding Russia. And there's so many treaties against what NATO was doing, but they always try to find loopholes into, you know what I'm saying, promoting their cause and pushing their agenda. All right, so it says the finding from Levada Center showed that 31% are definitely against the use of weapons, while 21% are likely against it. It says the upward trend shows the success of Russian propagandists seeking to gain support for nuclear use. It don't matter, though. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's gonna put it in their head to shoot these nukes off. This is the stage is being set by Yahweh Shemel Shai. This is what he wants to happen. He ain't sparing no arrows. The scripture says, spare no arrows. All that bend the bow, shoot at her. So ultimately, this is a precursor of what's going to happen to America, man. To be honest, I don't think the United States wants any type of tactical nukes or any type of nukes to be, you know what I'm saying, shot off at all, because you know it's going to ultimately lead to their destruction, man. You know, because these nuclear weapons are going to be like Pringles. You can't, or is that Lay's? It's one of them. You just can't have this one. As soon as the first country that starts shooting off nuclear weapons in this time, or using nuclear weapons, whether tactical nukes or whatever, oh, that's going to be a domino effect. It's going to let the weak say that I am strong. Bitch, we got them too. That's exactly what it's going to be said. And that's going to be the mindset of these other nations. Like, oh yeah, we got nukes too. Like, we got an army too. We got this too. Soon as they see, just like Rocky IV, when Rocky Balboa was getting his ass whooped by Ivan Drago, but then he finally got one haymaker off and hit him and cut him, and he seen blood coming out of him. Right? As soon as the dog gets a sense of blood, they're ready to devour. As soon as the animal, like a shark, gets a sense of blood, they're ready to devour. And that's how these other nations are going to be ready to devour America. As soon as they ain't even got to be shot towards America. As soon as the first nuclear weapon is going to be used in these times, that's when everybody's going to be like, okay, let's do this. And the Lord's going to put it in their hearts to do that, you know? All right, the article says the upward trend shows the success of Russian propaganda seeking to gain support for nuclear use. Right. So Putin recently ordered tactical nuclear missile drills in Russia and neighboring Belarus, which has supplied with atomic weapons, which he has supplied with atomic weapons. So they're already being set in place. Now they're putting together strategic drills on how they're going to use these nuclear weapons. You know, it ain't a coincidence. This is Lord Jehovah Shemar Shai doing in the land of Idumea. It says, the Kremlin dictator is considering changing the country's nuclear doctrine to lower the threshold to use such weapons. Currently, he could authorize the use of tactical or battlefield nuclear weapons on the basis of a perceived threat to the Russian state from attack by conventional or nuclear weapons. Russia is staging major nuclear missile drills today as Britain ushers a new government. On the orders of Vladimir Putin, the Yars missile cruise practice deployed in two regions, Irkutsk and Ivanovo. It says the video showed a mobile launcher maneuvering along forest roads and taking up position before troops covered it in camouflage netting. Other missile units will hold similar exercises in the near future, said the Russian Defense Ministry. So they're getting everything prepared and set. I wonder how many nuclear drills that America's gonna use. Probably none, because they don't. I mean, they might be doing something under the cover, not letting anybody know about it. But you're talking about the number one stockpiler holder of nuclear weapons in Russia performing tactical nuclear drills. They are number one. They're number one when it comes to nuclear arsenal. And it's a reason for that, because Yahweh Shimei Shai has built them for that, according to Ezekiel 38. It says, other missile units will hold similar exercises in the near future, said the Russian Defense Minister. Previous such tests were held in late June, and they also coincide with Sir Keir Starmer and his Labour government taking over from the Tories in Britain. Russia expects the incoming administration to be as supportive as Ukraine as the outgoing Rishi Sunak government. So it doesn't matter. They're saying it doesn't matter who they put over there in Britain. Whatever regime they put over there, they're still going to have the same support. They're giving the same support to Ukraine. It says, units of Yars ground mobile missile systems are implementing measures to perform marches to a distance up to 100 kilometers or 62 miles, disperse the system at the same time changing their field position and their engineering equipment, camouflage them, and ensure their combat storage, said the ministry. Vladimir Putin forces drilled strikes with tactical nuclear weapons on Ukraine on the west with land, air, and sea-based launches on June 13th. The Russian Defense Ministry stressed that the launches were simulated by troops but troops performed everything else as they would in a genuine attack. It says a naval crew was seen pressing the button on a nuclear hit from a warship believed to be in the Baltic Sea to hit a target some 220 miles away, while Tu-22M3 nuclear-capable bombers were pictured taking off from the disclosed airstrip. Meanwhile, a land-based mobile crew in Leningrad military district in northwest Russia was shown loading suspense Iskander nuclear-capable mobile short-range ballistic missiles, although the warheads were blurred in the footage. All right, yeah, so they getting ready to bring hell on this place, man. They're getting ready to bring this place down. And it's being geared up by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. When we just read Isaiah 9 and 5, like, it says, for every battle of the warrior was with confused noise and garments rolling of blood, but this shall be a burning and fuel of fire. Right. So, the Lord is getting everybody prepared for the showdown. The showdown in the whole town. The harlot. The well-favored harlot. This is Jeremiah 51 and 11. It says, make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord has raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes for his device is against Babylon. So I can't even see. Against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple. Right. So ultimately we understand like what's going on between Russia and Ukraine is ultimately the conflict between Russia, NATO, and the United States. That's Russia, by Russia invading Ukraine is putting pressure on the United States. So why all this money that the United States is funding to Ukraine? So where are they gonna get the money back if things turn sour on their end? Where are they gonna get the money to fight from? They ain't gonna have it. The Lord is stretching America thin. You gotta help South Korea. You gotta help Taiwan. You gotta help Israel, and you also gotta help Ukraine. So it's looking bad for America, man. And it's all being done by Yahweh Shem Shah, setting up the stage, man. Bringing hell upon this place. Going to send 200 million missiles to this place, man. That's exactly what's going to happen. Let me get this to close it out. This is Malachi 4 and 1. It says, for behold, the days cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And that day cometh that shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. There ain't gonna be nothing left of these devils, man. Ain't gonna be nothing left of this place. The Lord's ultimately gonna destroy this place, man. It says, but unto those who fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, right? And shall go forth and grow up as calves among the stall. That's what we have to look forward to. The ones that are the elect, the ones that believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and not letting this system consume them, man. So it is what it is, man. The Lord's sending fire to this place, sending judgment out. It said the fire is off sent, and nobody's gonna be able to quench it. Lord, what is less than edifying a certain purpose with that, like Sakah, Halayim, La Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Harakah Kodash, Ma'amach, double honor to the elder apostles, the great millstone, and my elder here one as well. Salutations to the argument of pushing the truth to sincerity of truth, and peace and blessing to the men and women and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Shalom.